high school, I toured Georgetown, Duke, Stanford,
the University of Texas,
the Naval Academy, West Point,
University of Southern California,
Texas A&M, Rice University,
and Northwestern,
the Ivy Leagues,
Southern Methodist University,
TCU.
The only school that that had everything that I wanted in the university was Baylor.
Baylor University.
Baylor University.
Baylor.
Baylor.
I go to Baylor. My first day on campus, I was so scared. I didn't know anyone.
I remember that I was pretty nervous.
You know, seeing all these people, I had no idea who they were.
Everyone here is so open. I don't think that there's a mold of student for Baylor. You'll always find your niche.
It was pretty easy for me to make friends once I got outside of my shell.
I remember I looked at my mom and I was like, this is my home. It was so beautiful and I felt so welcomed by everyone.
I just fell in love with it.
My classes here aren't easy, and I'm really glad for that.
The classes at Baylor are far from easy. They're definitely fun.
The professors make it a challenge so that you're ready for the real world.
I think Baylor has more than enough resources to provide you with the kind of education that you need to make it at the next level.
I'd say that Baylor students academically compete with the best students across the United States. But on top of that, they have an outlook on life, thanks to the Christian tradition of the university, that's really unique.
A few years ago, Baylor decided to try an experiment, which was to combine this idea of having a university that took its Christian commitment very seriously, but also remained academically active, if you like.
We have a vision here at Baylor. We call it Vision 2012, and that means within a decade, we intend to enter into the top tier of American universities while reaffirming and deepening our Christian commitment.
It's nice to have that community of faith. You know, if you do bad on a test, there's someone there to lift you up. You know, if you do something wrong, there's someone there to lift you up.
What really strikes me is the close relationship between professors and students.
One of my favorite things to do at Baylor is to see a student that I know from a course and be able to talk to them in the hallway, sit down or have a cup of coffee with them.
They're more than open to have coffee with you. They're more than open to spend time with you.
95% of my meeting time with students is usually spent around the campus in the living learning centers, or drinking, tea or coffee, or eating dinner.
I live in an honors college living and learning center where we have professors who actually come to have their office hours right there on site.
I teach 2 classes. I have a 30-person negotiation class, and I've got a 2,600-person undergraduate class that I teach, and that's every undergraduate student in the business school. As Associate Dean, I'm teaching those 30 students in the classroom, but I'm teaching 2,600 students in the hallway every day. If I'm in the halls and they have a question, I need to be there to help.
I like the idea of having small class sizes so that I could actually get to know the names of my students.
In all my classes, every single one of my teachers knows my name.
You can take a visit to many campuses across the United States, and you usually find at least 25% of the students sitting on the back row, not really being engaged. That's just not going to happen at Baylor.
I would not be here if it were not for my professors, and I feel like I can guide my students in that way too.
There's all kinds of activities to be involved with. There's Baylor athletics. It's so much fun to go to Baylor football games and Baylor baseball games.
Lady Bears.
Homecoming is a big deal because alumni come in, and usually your parents come, and you know, you go see the game.
We build these floats. We build them from zero through chicken wire with paper mache. I hope that everyone gets to see a homecoming parade at Baylor.
I really like Waco. There are a lot of things to do for fun.
It's beautiful out there, and we go on early jogs and play some Frisbee or just enjoy the day out there.
International educational opportunities at Baylor are stellar. I'm a sophomore, and I've already been to the Netherlands and studied at the University of Maastricht. I made it from Copenhagen all the way down to Morocco with fantastic memories.
What really excites students is to get them involved in hands-on experimentation, research, and the application of scholarship. So we want to be about discovery, and yes, we want to involve the students.
The students really enjoy research once they get into it, and it's because they begin to discover, you know, what the disciplines actually do. It's about discovery, and there's an inherent excitement about discovery.
25 of my students gave papers at an academic conference for the first time. It scared the living daylights out of a few of them, but they still did it.
So we focus on serving one another through on-campus events, but we also go out to the greater Waco community, you know, keeping in mind that we're responsible for the people around us.
You can serve in a variety of ways. You can go do stepping out,
which is basically, it means stepping out into Waco.
And you know, that's a great way to give back to the community.
We have a student organization here called Engineers with a Mission. And we have a group that went last summer and another group that's going this summer to Kenya. We've had a group go to Iraq. And these are students who are coming into engineering and learning that you can do work with developing nations and be missionaries as engineers.
My goal for our students is really to become a contributing member of society, to be a part of a Baylor that's not just a place you come to, but a place from which you go, a place you go from to mean something and make a difference in the world.
When I graduate from Baylor, I hope to work as a financial representative.
I want to be a pediatrician.
Biomedical engineering.
Work for 1 or 2 years and then go back to graduate school.
I want to be a doctor.
I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do after I graduate. I'm seriously considering law school.
I'm going to graduate school, and then I'll move on to my PhD.
Ultimately want to end up being a professor and being able to give back to other students what I've been able to receive at Baylor.
When I see them walk across the stage and receive their diploma, and I know that I have had a small role to play in their education, I know that that was my calling. That's what God put me on earth for, and that's what keeps me going every day.
You don't have to be, you know, an Einstein out of the box. The only thing you need coming to this university is determination.
Your education is so much more than just learning through books. And it's about making friendships, about encouraging your faith, about strengthening your faith, about learning life lessons that are going to help you for the rest of your life.
My impressions of myself coming in are really different than they are looking at myself now, and it hasn't been that long. It's only been a few years, but I feel like I've grown so much.
I'm very proud of what Baylor University is. I'm proud of what it's becoming, and I'm looking forward to that day when I come back and I say, this is my alma mater.